All right, so we still have all long TSA lines and no end in sight. The House and Senate can't even agree. So really no fat this week, just egg whites. We have the President Trump supposed to submit his budget for the next fiscal year by the end of this week. Obviously, he's going to be looking for some defense spending. Congress is talking about a reconciliation bill because OBBBA was a reconciliation bill last fiscal year since we go through September 30th. And they're looking at a reconciliation bill now to potentially get funding. But you're only going to do one reconciliation bill a year for spending. And so what all do you put in it, right? So we may be, I think we're talking about it, but it would take months to get a good reconciliation bill. So they're on the tax front, different interesting cases that came out last week. There was a payroll administration company that tried to claim work opportunity tax credits that are no longer allowed, but they went and tried to claim it in case of the common law employer claiming the credits. So they actually don't hire the employees. They took no risk for the employees, didn't tell the employees what to do, but they tried to argue they were the common law employer and they were entitled to the credits. And the cases said no way on that. There was an article 3 weeks ago or so in the Wall Street Journal talking about homeowners need to justify any sort of improvements to their home in order to offset a sale. Well, there was a case last week where the owner of a Florida condo that bought the condo 25 years ago, sold it, didn't file a tax return for that year. So the IRS came in and asserted a gain. Then it's up to the taxpayer to go prove the IRS is wrong. They went through and couldn't provide many receipts whatsoever and did some testimony that wasn't very clear. I did some improvements in 89, maybe 90. I've been doing this forever. So the taxpayer lost that case pretty handily and had to pay a big assessment for that. There is another bill the Democrats tried to do to oversee these solar and wind credits. Part of the OBA bill was to make the construction period for solar and wind projects a little harder to get to. And so they tried to go in and reverse the rules and try to make it your standard rules for beginning of construction. But the Republicans voted that down, no problem at all. So that's about it for the week. Thanks.